What comes to mind when you hear Belgium? Chocolate? Waffles? Brussels? Perhaps the European Union? But behind these familiar symbols is a remarkably important country. Belgium is small enough to cross in just a few hours, yet it sits at the heart of European politics, trade, finance and industry. And its capital, Brussels, hosts major institutions of the European Union and NATO, while its ports connect the European economy to the rest of the world. So, how did this small country become such an important part of Europe? Let's explore Belgium through its geography, people, government, economy, natural features, and global rankings. Officially known as the Kingdom of Belgium, the country occupies approximately 30,528 square kilometers, placing it around the 140th largest country in the world by area. Despite its relatively small territory, Belgium is one of Europe's most densely populated countries. Its population is approximately 11.9 million people, according to 2025 World Bank data, placing Belgium at roughly the 80th position globally by population. With around 288 people per square kilometer, Belgium has one of the highest population densities in Europe, ranking roughly 35th worldwide. And this population is concentrated particularly heavily in the northern and central parts of the country. Belgium's capital is Brussels, a city of enormous international importance. Brussels is not only Belgium's federal capital, it is also home to major institutions of the European Union and NATO, making the city one of the most politically significant capitals on the planet. Interestingly, Belgium itself is divided into three regions: Flanders, Wallonia, and the Brussels Capital Region. This regional structure reflects one of the country's defining characteristics: its linguistic and cultural diversity. Belgium is located in Western Europe, occupying a strategic position between some of the continent's largest economies. It shares borders with four countries. To the north lies the Netherlands, to the east is Germany, to the southeast lies Luxembourg, and to the southwest is France. To the northwest, Belgium also has a short coastline along the North Sea. Its geographical position has been enormously important throughout history. Belgium sits close to major European markets and is located at the crossroads of important transportation routes connecting France, Germany, the Netherlands, and the United Kingdom. Its location also helps explain why Belgium has developed such an important logistics and trading economy. One of its greatest economic assets is the port of Antwerp, Bruges, one of Europe's largest ports and a major global hub for shipping, chemicals, energy, and international trade. Belgium's landscape itself changes gradually as you travel across the country. The northern part is relatively flat, while the landscape becomes more elevated toward the south, eventually reaching the forested hills of the Ardennes. Belgium uses the euro as its national currency and has been part of the Eurozone since its creation. The country follows Central European Time, or UTC+1, during winter, moving to UTC2 during daylight saving time. Its international calling code is +32. But perhaps Belgium's most distinctive national feature is its language. Belgium has three official languages: Dutch, French, and German. Dutch is predominantly spoken in Flanders, French is dominant in Wallonia, and German is spoken by a smaller community in the country's east. Brussels is officially bilingual in French and Dutch, although you can hear many other languages across the city. Belgium's national anthem is La Brabançonne, or the Brabantian. The country's largest religious tradition is Christianity, particularly Roman Catholicism, although Belgium has become increasingly secular over time. And Belgian culture has produced some globally famous exports. Think Belgian chocolate, waffles, fries, beer, comics, and the famous Belgian lace tradition. Even the humble French fry has a fierce Belgian identity claim, with Belgians insisting that fries are, in fact, Belgian rather than French. Belgium is a federal parliamentary constitutional monarchy. That description may sound complicated, but Belgium's political system is genuinely one of the more intricate in Europe. The country's head of state is King Philip, who became king in 2013. The Prime Minister is Bart de Wever, who heads the federal government. Belgium's official government information lists de Wever as Prime Minister. Unlike a presidential system, the king does not run the government on a day-to-day basis. Political executive power is exercised through the federal government led by the Prime Minister. Belgium's national legislature is known as the Federal Parliament, consisting of two chambers, the Chamber of Representatives and the Senate. But Belgium's federal structure goes even deeper. The country has 3 regions and 3 language communities, each with their own institutions and responsibilities. This complex arrangement developed partly as a way of balancing the country's different linguistic and regional identities. Beyond Brussels, Belgium has several major cities with very different identities. Antwerp is one of Europe's most important ports and is also internationally famous for its diamond industry. Ghent combines a beautiful medieval city centre with a major university and industrial base. Bruges is renowned for its remarkably preserved medieval architecture and canals and has become one of Belgium's most visited tourist destinations. Liège is an important economic and cultural centre in Wallonia, while Charleroi has historically been associated with heavy industry and coal mining. Belgium's river network has also played a major role in its development. The Meuse River, known as the Maas in Dutch, flows through southern Belgium and has historically supported trade and industry. The Scheldt River is particularly important because it connects Antwerp to the North Sea. Belgium does not have towering mountains, but its southern region contains the Ardennes, a heavily forested upland area extending across Belgium, Luxembourg and France. The country's highest point is Signal de Botrange, which rises to only 694 meters above sea level. That makes Belgium's highest point lower than many famous European mountain valleys. And yet, the Ardennes are important for hiking, forests, wildlife and winter tourism. Belgium's economy is far larger than its physical size might suggest. The country's GDP at purchasing power parity was around 900 billions in 2025, placing Belgium at approximately 38th globally. Its nominal GDP was around 725 billion. According to World Bank data, Belgium's economy is overwhelmingly service-based. In 2025, services accounted for roughly 79% of employment, while industry accounted for about 19% and agriculture only around 1%. Important sectors include finance, logistics, chemicals, pharmaceuticals, manufacturing, technology, food processing, international trade, and professional services. Belgium is particularly powerful in the chemical and pharmaceutical industries, with major production and research facilities located across the country. Its strategic position also makes transportation and logistics critical to the economy. The port of Antwerp-Bruges is one of Europe's most important maritime gateways, while Belgium's dense railway and highway network connects it to major markets across Western Europe. Historically, Belgium also possessed important resources such as coal, particularly in Wallonia. Although coal mining has largely disappeared, Belgium continues to benefit from resources including limestone, sand, gravel, clay, and fertile agricultural land. Belgium also has a strong food and beverage industry, producing famous chocolates, beers, baked goods, and processed foods that are exported around the world. Now let's see how Belgium performs internationally. In the World Happiness Report 2026, Belgium ranks 14th globally, placing it comfortably among the world's happiest countries. The country's passport is even more impressive. According to the Henley Passport Index 2026, Belgium ranks 4th globally, with Belgian passport holders able to access 186 destinations without obtaining a visa in advance. Belgium also performs exceptionally well on human development. According to the latest UNDP Human Development Report, Belgium has an HDI score of 0.951, ranking 10th globally and placing it firmly within the very high human development category. The score reflects Belgium's strong performance in areas such as life expectancy, education, and income. Belgium also performs strongly on gender development, with relatively small differences between women and men in the core dimensions measured by the UNDP's Gender Development Index. So across happiness, passport strength, human development, and economic power, Belgium consistently punches above what its size might suggest. Belgium is a fascinating example of how geography does not always determine global influence. With an area of just over 30,000 square kilometers, Belgium is smaller than many major metropolitan regions around the world. Yet its location places it at the heart of European trade. It may be small on the map, but its influence reaches far beyond its borders. And that is perhaps the most fascinating fact about Belgium. If you enjoyed this country profile, like the video, subscribe to the Fellow Learner, and tell us in the comments which European country we should explore next. Until then, keep exploring the world one country at a time.